So it's a blue box, kinda, with the lid. So that's where the hose goes. This is like black nylon or Delrin or something. It's got clasps, it's got wheels. See, this thing's got freaking wheels, Johnny. You recognize the name Miller. This is a blue powder coat. Pretty nice. I don't know about the inside, but there's a... I think... So let me just tell you, this is like $1,000 freaking vacuum cleaner. The filter, replacement filter is like, I think I looked it up, it's over 150 bucks for just a filter. But I am absolutely positive that a shop vac filter, well, I can retrofit it with some kind of clamp or bracket or something. It's the lid. This is the actual part. It's upside down. Filtair 130. Okay, so they had the on-off switch and yada yada. So, see the waffle vent and the 4 bolts? That's where the shit. That's where it bolts the vacuum motor. Now this thing was full of gunge. It's got louvered vents out the side, locker louvers. This thing was like filthy, filthy, filthy. So anyhow, a little bit of electronics in here. There's a DIN rail. It's got grounds. Let's see if I can find. Yeah. It had. This is like a 40 amp contactor, right, for the motor, the blower, fan, sucker, motor. Hold on. I know you guys can. There you go. You know what that is now. You see the front of it. It's like a 3-pole contactor. They're only using 2 poles. And there was no push to start, E-stop to stop. It was just a rocker switch controlling the pull-in coil. You know, 110 AC, whatever. This is the old motor. I don't know, this could be a Lamb motor, L-A-M-B. I don't know, but it is just, the bearings, you can see that the shaft is offset, the bearing is just gone, and it's in a plastic housing, and I think where the bearing goes, it's half freaking melted, and the commutator has seen a lot better days. And the brush holder is just whack-tarted out. And anyhow, so the cover kind of came off, pried off. This is the actual working element. This is stamped aluminum, sheet metal. And there's the volutes. Neat construction. They tab them in there. And it's like a conical kind of internal in tray there. And the centrifugal force flings the air to the outside, whatnot. It's real thin. I guess for velocity efficiency or something. I don't know. That thing is just, it's so trashed. I could buy the exact Lamb motor on eBay for, I think, between 100 and 150 bucks. I don't know. But I have a lot better. So now that's a brush motor. It's a universal motor, a wound armature, a wound field called the universal motor. Very high RPM. Now, this motor is a gasket. Probably won't use that. Little bit bigger thickness. Kind of flip it. Yeah, shoot. Oh. So the blue donut is the outlet, and the bottom, like I showed you, is the inlet, the suction. So Amatec Windjammer, Rotron Technical Motor Division. There you go. It's a high-end motor. So now it's got the amp connector, not Amphenol, but amp, I believe. Like I said, this is out of a Boeing aircraft cockpit, I believe. It's like tar paper. It's pretty neat, just regular tar paper. You can see down in the hole, the abyss. There's a circuit board in there. Alright, hold on. Well, there is a circuit board in there. And what it is, you have to put, let me just, before I whack myself in the head with it. So this is going to go in there. Oh, the circuit board. It takes, here's the other end of that amp harness. It needs, I got a 12 volt wall transformer. And I had a little AC plug in there. And this is a 2-turn potentiometer. I think it's 10K. Set up as a voltage divider, so the voltage going into that motor, it's got AC going in and 0 to 10 volts in, or 0 to 12 or whatever. So it's variable speed. Now the old one was variable speed, but see that green thing? That is a variable speed gizmo. I think it's like a lamp dimmer that you'd put on the wall, which is inside one of those triacs, because it's AC. I think that's a triac, right? And then, and they had a potentiometer too. It's even got a little plastic dust-proof schnitzel there, right? And that went in right to that. So that's what that is. I bet you that's a little triac right there. So the original one motor was variable speed. And you can see on this, it's got a, show it to you upside down again, because sure, why not? I don't know. Yeah, forgive the upside down, but it had a variable speed control, had the on-off rocker switch, and it's like a restriction differential pressure lights up. But it was originally variable speed. So that's cool. So I figured this motor I had in my inventory, being variable speed, it was made for this application. I just happened to save it for 15 years. Now, this is not a universal brush type motor. It has a round magnet. See, the magnet is kind of like, the magnet almost looks like this, right? It's like this is spray paint lid, carb cleaner lid. The magnet is like a ring magnet on bearings, and it spins over an internal coil, almost like they're like a variable reluctance motor that they use on some of the newer washing machines, front loaders or top loaders. I forget. I have a normal washing machine, but it looks kind of like that inside here. All right. So this is an electronically commutated permanent rotating magnet motor. So this is a very modern motor. The universal motor harkens back to the days, this is like the first motor that, I don't know who invented the motor, Faraday or something, I don't remember. Either way, whatever. So that's old, that's scrap, that's old technology. This thing is new technology with the motor and the electronic speed control. And it's a lot bigger fins. This thing, it's called a windjammer for good reason. This thing cranks. I guess I could set it up and plug it in for you, but it'd make more noise than just, on the video. It would be annoying. But trust me, this thing cranks like a jet aircraft. It's freaking awesome, insane. So, so this was like the hold down clamp for the old motor, the cutouts for the carbon brushes. But you can see this is the hole pattern, the square pattern with the holes in the corners that's inside down in there. And this measures diagonally across 7 1/4 inches diagonally. Now, the new Amatec Rotron Windjammer, it's missing a tab here, but I think that's okay. This tab, and that tab, I think one's a ground for a wire or something. So you got 1, 2 directly across from each other, and this one 90 degrees on the side. These are 6 1/2, so it doesn't match the 7 1/4 pattern. And I thought about what to do, and show you my thought process. Let me collect my thoughts. Okay. So these 4 need to be moved in, or at least the 3 of them do, because I only got 3 provisions. Now, I'm going to try and zoom in. I laid out some X marks, right? And, you know, I was going to make, just punch some, there you go, punch some holes in the same there. I don't know if I'm going to do that, because they're like 3/8 of an inch off. So what I'm going to do is maybe make some standoffs, you know, like some real standoffs, but thicker. Out of aluminum, maybe 5/8 aluminum. Drill them centered on one side, and then offset 3/8 of an inch. Because I got to plug the holes, because there's vacuum associated with all this. And I don't want any holes, or else it would escape. So it would lose suction. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some standoffs out of, like, I think 5/8 aluminum, and make them, you know, space them off here to the, basically the black tar paper surface. Actually, I had one. This is black Delrin, right? And it used to be on there. And I'll use that as my measurement guide. It's just a smidge below flush for a little bit of compression, clamping action. So I'm going to do some machining, and I'll bring you along with the camera on the machining and show you kind of what I'm going to make. 3 of these, probably out of aluminum. So, all right, back with more of that. Let's walk over to see what kind of aluminum bar stock we can find. Shop's tight in here. This is like the junk pile. Like, this is like almost on its way out the door. Almost on its way out the door. Nothing too. Let's see. Now, this is tubing, and this is threaded rod, so that's not. Let's see here. Alright, we got something here. So this is chrome tubing, and this is solid aluminum bar. So, many of you might recognize this piece. This was in the 1927 Franklin piston repair video for Jonathan W. This was through the piston pinhole, and I had a piece of all thread holding it through the spindle of the Sagami lathe. So that was what I used to hold the 1927 Franklin automobile piston. So that's kind of fun. I could use that. I know it's got the piece, the hole in there. I don't know. Let's roll on with a fresh piece because I got a bit in there. All right, let's see about cutting it up and measuring it out. So it's pretty non-glorious watching somebody bandsaw cut something, but this Delrin piece is the perfect length. I measured it. It's 1.900 inches, and I need 3 of them. So I got my stock in the vise there. I'm cutting it close because I'm trying to get 3 pieces out of this one piece of aluminum stock. I've got that other piece of aluminum behind this piece just to balance the vise. It's a good tip for you folks that do sawing, is to make sure your vise is packed in the back. Let me turn it on. So you guys know, I don't remember if I did a video of this. I put the the hydraulic cylinder that regulates the fall on the front here. It was in the back, kind of above the spring. I left the brackets there, just more handy. Kind of turn this on. Oh, why doesn't it come on? Oh. That's on. Oh, that's on, and then I gotta click this. You know, start. There you go. All right. Turn the regulator on. Do it again, and you know, you get the idea. Do it one more time. Alright, we got 3 pieces. I guess let's head over to the lathe and yeah. What should I use, the Pratt & Whitney or the Sagami? I don't know. Either one. Let's see. Turn on the tree face. Either one of these will work. Let's pick this one today. And here we go. Let me face this joker. And these jaws are not the best, and it's just an old chuck. It's alright. We're having fun on the Pratt & Whitney lathe. Not to be confused with the Pratt & Whitney milling machine. Let's see. Forward is this one. Alright. Did I pick the right gear? I think so. Such a pleasure to use. Beautiful. Like I said, it's such a pleasure to use this machine. Now for a reality check, I gotta go 65 thousandths. So, Go over here. Get rolling. Gotta go 60, so if you go 100, that'll be 50. Here's 50 down on the mighty Pratt & Whitney. The mighty Pratt & Whitney lathe. Alright. We gotta go 12 thousandths. So I gotta double this, so it'd be 24. So 10, 20. 1, 2, like 23. Commit. Doesn't look right. Maybe it does. Maybe. I'm a 2th hour. Nope. I am. 1.901, exactly the same as the other one. Okay. That is super great. I am very happy. And I know it, and I'm going to clap my hands. So, little center drill action. And the number 7 201 drill action. Roll that in, lock it down, flush it up. 7 turns, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we like that. Now we're going to go switch to low gear. Oh yeah. We like that. That's very, very low gear. Low bridge, everybody down, low bridge, because we are coming to a town. We're going to roll on the juice, roll in the tailstock. The ball bearing on the bed slide tailstock. Watching carefully. So now we're going to finish with the old Starrett tap wrench, so we can feel our way to the end of the bottom of the hole there. Don't want to snap a tap because that brings out the profanity, and this is a family show. Yeah. Doozer Shop, family-friendly show, right? Yeah, well, maybe. I don't think I drink beer on this channel. I don't drink beer a lot. It's especially not working on machine tools. Alright, we can go in reverse. We can go in reverse faster. And we like that. We love it so much. Bump it out thusly, alright. Alright, I guess I'll do one more. I won't record it. I'm a porn star, I just don't record it. Alright. Let me do this last one, and we'll bring it back. You know how this works. We'll do some mill action next shot here. Alright guys, well I switched to a smaller V-block and I got my piece indicated in. I didn't show you the getting the indicator all zeroed up there, but I'm sure you guys know how to do that. Alright, let's drill and tap an 832 hole, 3/8 offset from the center of that axis. And let's do it on 3 of these. So let me set you up and here we go. Alright, let me go through a spacer, kind of one and done here. As I said, I got the part indicated in, I got the smaller V-block. Alright. Now, I had a little change of plans. I still need a 3/8 offset, but with a piece of 3/4 stock, it's not going to work. So, I'm going to go with less offset, and instead of having, I did one. Instead of using that hole in the middle to attach it on the one side, I said that's not going to work because this is a 3/4 diameter piece of stock and I need 3/8 offset between the 832 tapped hole and the 1/420 tapped hole. But so I got to do some offset to the 1/420 hole on this side, and basically I'm going to abandon the 1/420 tapped hole in the center, and I got the 832 hole offset from the center. Some weird fraction, it ends up being 0.234 of an inch, and the other side I'm going to flip it over and do the 1/4 inch hole, not in the center, but I'm going to offset it the opposite way, 0.141. So if you take 0.141 and 0.234, it equals 0.375. And I milled a flat on here just so I could flip it over and do the hole opposite equally in the other direction there, 0.141. So with all that, I got 2 done. I was kind of working up my process off camera here. Alright, so now I got my digital readout centered 0, 0. I'm going to crank in my offset to the back here, 0.234. 3. Alright, 0.234, and I'm centered with the X. So this is what I do. This is a Clausing 8520 is the name of this machine, and it's got a Bridgeport M head, so it's a Clausing machine with a Bridgeport head. I've got the original Clausing head somewhere in the other garage, but this seems to work pretty dang well. I threw the Bridgeport head on it because I found it for sale in the Buffalo newspaper in the classified section, so that tells you it was like 20 years ago. And I bought it because it was in immaculate condition, pretty much on the, for that's how old it was. I hear Gordon Lightfoot, Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald playing in the background. Boy, that's a sad song about the ship going down in the Great Lakes. Alright, so let's spot this with a center drill. I just get the tip in and I lock the quill, so if there's any slop in the quill, it centralizes, and I mean, I just go beyond the chisel point there. I think this is a number 36 drill bit, or I forget, no, 29, I don't know. It's .136, that's what it was. Maybe it's a 29 bit, I don't remember. But it's for 832 tap hole. Well, just a smooch of oil. I've been using this rapid tap oil. I got it from the garbage can because it was a good can, and there's a little bit left in the bottom. And it's been lasting me for years. I hardly use any of it, but boy oh boy. Is it any good? It's probably the same as motor oil. As far as, you know, how good is it? Shoot, you know what? I forgot to set my depth. So just where it touches, I like to go down 3/4 for the depth of my drill. So this is 3/4. So you can put it, I guess you can kind of see that. You can use anything to set your depth stop. There you go, if you can see that. So that's my depth. Alright, back to our regularly scheduled. Start packing once I get a bit deeper. I mean, I don't really bother the first 1/4 inch. And then I can pack. Alright. Now, I can use the center bit to make a little chamfer, a chamfer, so the tap starts nicely. Not that it won't otherwise. Get rid of my depth stop, because that's going to follow me on the tap and break a tap if I don't run my depth stop back. Alright. Just a kiss is all you need. If you didn't notice, this is a ratchet with a Jacobs chuck. I think I just put a socket. So that's super handy. Handy as a shirt pocket. And it just runs in there just as pretty as a picture. The spiral flute tap. And just because I'm a little chicken with a tap this small, I think I'll use a tap wrench, tap handle, whatever you call it. Rang 29 times for every man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. The big lake they call Gitchagumi. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the gales of December call early. I guess that's because when the lake water is so cold, the bodies won't float. Damn, right? The Northeast there, boy, that's a hard life. Living in Buffalo, New York for all those years. I like it. I love that I experienced 36 years of winter. Looking back, I'm glad I was born in Buffalo. Because everyone's nice to each other, because you never know when you're going to need a jump start, you're going to need your car pushed, you're going to need a tow, you're going to need help. So everyone's nice to each other in that part of the country, right? All right, so that's good. The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Okay, let me put our flat on there. Let me get that. This has got a self-ejecting drawbar, so you lock the drawbar and it pops loose. So there's no hammering, no drama. All right, so I got 3/8 end mill, 2 flute. Ooh, Jackie Blue. Inside of her room. All right. All right, let's palm this guy back up to where she needs to be. A power knee is just the bee's knees if you can afford such a luxury. Still raising, cranking the knee. I love this little mill. As you know, I've got 10,000 pound milling machines, but this Clausing 8520, the table's so nice and light and easy to move. Now you smarty pants are gonna say, Doozer, your gibs are probably loose. No, they're not loose. All right, whatever. So again, I'm gonna mill this thing 3/4 down and I think 3/16 in. So there's my end mill just touching the work. And again, I'm gonna use my 3/4 piece to set my depth of cut with my depth stop here. All right, so just pull it out thusly. Crank her down. Bam, and you know what? I am a scooch above hitting the parallel and then hitting the vice jaw. When I say scooch, I mean like a 1/16. So that's fine. It's fine, folks. All right, let me get on touching tighter. I think my number is 0.563. Oop. Let me touch off, zero it, and go in 0.188. Oh, I see a chip. Zero my number. I'm going to go 20 thousandths at a time to 188. So So let's crank it. And I'm going to climb in conventional because 20 thousandths is nothing. That's why I'm only doing 20. 20, climb. 40, conventional. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. We're not in a hurry. 50, 60. 70, 80. 90, 100. 10, 20. 130. 140. 50 and 60. 70, 180, I'm going to climb the last 8 because it leaves a better finish, doesn't matter. 186, 187, 188. I'm going to go real slow. And that one's done. So now what I got to do is I got to flip them over, and I'm going to abandon that 1/4 inch hole in the center, and I'm going to drill one in the bottom, but offset 0.141. So let me pause it here. Let me run the shop vac, suck up the swarf, and get you back. Alright, we're back at it. We got the piece in there now. Clamp upside down on the flat. So that flat gives us a register on the back jaw. We're swiping around. We're swiping the indicator around. We got 0 all the way around. So we love that. So now, I'm going to take this out real quick. The indicator where I'm not going to boink it. So let's see. I got the 832 hole is there, so I got to go back. So I'm going to crank it back again. I'm going to go, I think I said 141. 1, 30, 40. Alright. Alright, we like that. So, let's go with a, I wonder if I got a 5/16. Yeah, doesn't matter. Not on my collets here, fairly handy. There's a 1/4 inch collet, my little centered really. Now, oh yeah, that looks decent. So 141 to the back, and again, the back to get my 3/8 offset. Yep, I'm just triple checking here because I don't want to brain freeze and screw this up. let's go all the way. I guess that's right at a quarter. So now we can start our tap, you know, with a chamfer. A chamfer. Alright. So, we get rid of that. It's in here. It's like a 3/16 collet or something. Alright. Yeah, this is it. I want you folks to notice something. This is a 201 drill bit, alright? What I've done is I ground the shank down to 3/16. So it's a 3/16 shank on a 201 drill for a quarter 20 tappy tap tap. So that's kind of handy if you got collets. You kind of alright. So that makes it kind of nice. If you don't want to use a drill chuck, you can cheat, right? Alright, so now let me set the depth. Again, I want to go 3/4, so I'm going to use the butt end of one of these pieces here to set my depth stop, which is very handy on any mill. I know Bridgeports you can do it, I'm assuming others are similar. Alright, I am ready to rock and roll. Make sure I unlatch the drawbar. Come on. Come on, baby. Back as you go. So I pack as I go to make it easier to vacuum the chips, amongst other things, right? Alright, so now, take that out, and I'm going to go with a, I think, 1/4 inch collet for a quarter. So a 1/4 inch, the shank on a 1/4 inch tap, a quarter 20 tap, is 256.256. It's 6 thou oversized. But I know the end on this one is ground at 250. Ha! So this should be a workable to hold in a 1/4 inch collet. You see how I did that? Alright. Now, boy, that's got some runnage of the outage. See if we can get that a little bit straighter. I'm just going to spin it. I think I'm in one of the flutes of the splits of the collet, maybe. One of the flutes of the square. I don't know. Let's see. That's about as decent as I think it'll be. Put on the looby doob. Because it's aluminum or aluminium, you know, whatever you want to call it. Let me get that depth stop out of the way because it'll just screw up the tapping world. Alright, here we go. Give it some more torque. Oh yeah. Back it up. I'm gonna blow some of the chippy chips out. Alright, we're gonna back it down. Forward, reverse, forward. I think I'm hitting the bottom. See, I can do that because down at the speed, the VFD has very little torque giving it to the motor. So I can rest assured that it's not going to snap my tap. Now with the 832, I think it won't snap that one either, but you know what? I'm not having a day where I want to deal with a broken tap. Alright. So that's fun. And that's it for that one. Take it out. Before I take it out, I'm going to put that there. So, here's what we're ended up with. Focus. So that's offset 0.141. Directly equal and opposite that 832 is offset 0.234. For a total, if you add those together, is 0.375. Now I abandoned that quarter 20 hole in the middle. I didn't follow the proper planning to prevent the poor performance. So that's okay, we'll just leave that there. I didn't feel like cutting more of these aluminum sluggy slugs. And our little alignment flat is just going to be there for the duration too. That doesn't hurt a darn thing. So let me do this again, 2 more times. And I guess we're going to start putting the vacuum together or test fitting it or whatever. So that's my solution. I think this is going to work great to do the 3/8 offset between the bolt patterns. Don't bozo it, but we recovered fairly well. So let me do the others and I'll bring you back. Alright, got the air jammer, road rammer, whatever it's called, installed. Alright, you can kind of see here. Right, you got that joker installed down on that side. Right, so it's down there. There's one down in the hole. You can trust me on that. So that's what it looks like. From the bottom, alright, it's 3 of them, and the 4th one's just a plug, a nut and a washer, bolt and a washer, nut, whatever. So that's the inlet. So it provides suction from the bottom, and a gasket goes on the periphery. So that's all it is. That's the suction, and this thing is like twice the size CFM of the original. So I got to get this thing all run up with my cabling and wiring and switching. They really like the grounds on this thing. Some ports here. That was for a pressure switch to say that the filter's clogged. It probably worked, but I just don't need that right now. So this really, it's got a blue donut on here. I think it's glued on. I'm just going to leave it. All this does really is, see these louvers? It just exhausts the vacuumed air through the louvers. Kind of see maybe. It just shoots it in the general direction of them louvers. And the switch pops in there and there's a lamp. But that's how this works now. It's got a nice sealed compression grip for a cord, and like I said, this is a Miller 300 something, but it's pretty assembled in Germany. Hey, look at that, pretty neat, eh? All right. So that's cool. And then of course we got the air jammer road rammer. The Amatec Rotron Wind Jammer. Like I said, this thing, what did I say, 4.5 amps? 4.5 amps. The original was 11, potentially. But this thing is much more efficient, and it's just a bigger motor. It's a more efficient motor and a bigger impeller. So I'll get the switch put back in. I'm not going to use a contactor. The toggle switch is rated for like 15 amps, and it's a 2-pole switch. I'm going to use both of the poles. Yeah. So, and it's going to suck in the bottom that sits on there. And as I said, got to find a hose for it. I'm going to get a shop vac filter. I got to take this apart. Maybe I'll show you that later. I don't know. Maybe this will probably be a part 2 because I got like an hour's worth of tape here. We'll retrofit a shop vac filter. I'm going to go to Lowe's or Home Depot and kind of measure the size and see what we need. Alright folks, I just couldn't help it. I had to go and check out this filter situation. I got the box flipped over. Look it. This is my dirty filter from the shop vac, right? This is a standard shop vac, you know, shop vac's down there filter. And look at this. I can't even fathom, right? I mean, good Lord, this thing is just, right? Boom, right? Chaka freaking boom. That thing is right perfect for the opening. Great, right? It's well baffled. There's a half moon shaped piece of steel in there, so no debris can ever get touching the air filter element. But yet this thing was on fire. The element was burned out of it, and it was just a mess. But like I said, going from this dude, a gigantic worn out hunk of stuff here, and I think this is a LAMB motor, and this one's an Amatec. And like I say, maybe this is the old heavy duty electrical, absolutely heavy duty, built in Germany. And there's the lid, the decal, the lid. It's pretty gruesome, dirty inside there, but anyhow, that was the machining content. Maybe we'll go with that for now. To get the Amatec Rotron Wind Jammer, and they're on eBay. They're pretty expensive. Some are like 200 bucks. But like I said, this used to be to supply cabin air to a cockpit in a Boeing aircraft. Hence the variable speededness situation and the efficient motor. I'm going to get the wiring done. Like I said, it's a circuit board. Requires AC and then 0 to 10 volts or 12 volts or something. So I need to put a little transformer in there, maybe on the DIN rail something. I'll figure it out. But for now, that's the machining content of this little bitty project. I'll probably the surface grinder, or probably, you know what? See that white vent elbow on the black guard on the Browning Sharp 13? That's what I thought I was going to use it for, is the Browning Sharp. I think that's what I'll use it for, because it's got a setup for a vacuum situation already. So that's it. Just been monkeying around here trying to get this in, and it fits like a glove. I mean, it's made to fit in there. It's pretty awesome. You know, the size of these vacuum cleaner motors are similar, so that's cool. And the fact that this is internally variable speed, and the old one was variable speed and burned out, just lent itself to using it for this. Anybody's got some ideas or comments, let me know if you got any good ideas. I could go with the original filter, like I said, for in the box, but it's like 300, no, it's like 250 bucks, which is insane for an air filter. A shop vac filter and a little bent up steel bracket can probably serve just as well. And I'm not going to be using it on a spot welder like they were using it. I'm just going to use it on the Brown & Sharp 13 or whatever else grinder I can muster. And you can see the black bottom is just the dust collection area, because it separates with the the quick release clamps there. So you pick the blue thing off, which is the filter, and the dust is just in the bottom black thing. So it's really only made as an air filter suction for welding, really. Welding fumes. And it probably had a carbon element filter in it, is why it was so expensive. But I'm just going to use it for my surface grinder or cylindrical grinder. I don't think I'll have any trouble lighting this thing on fire. I don't know what they were doing. But anyhow. Alright, that's enough for now. Until next time, hope you enjoyed the machining content. This is Doozer Shop.